Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat late night edition on this Friday/Saturday morning for some of y'all. And for those of you who it is Saturday morning, you are at the beginning of my birthday month. I am a February baby. Yes, and my birthday is in a few days. And I am off work until after my birthday because that's how I'm doing. So I hope everybody's having a great night tonight. I decided to come on here, for a minute, see who's up and about. I know I'm much later than I normally come on, but it's all good. I've noticed that a few of my friends on here have gotten monetized lately. Shouts out to Flood Family Skits who got monetized, and Aunt Mammy got monetized, and they have like under 2K in subscribers. So I guess I need to grind out my watch hours. I guess I need to grind out those watch hours so I can be like them. But it's all good. But it's gonna be a cool weekend. With the Super Bowl coming up this weekend. I don't know who y'all are out there for, if you are going for Kansas City or if you're going for the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know. I don't really care which it is, because I'm kind of on I don't know. My team's not in the Super Bowl bandwagon. I guess it would be nice for Kansas City. They haven't been to a Super Bowl in over 50 years. So that would probably be good for them. I hope it's a good game. Hey, Matt. And, the Lakers had their first game tonight since the passing of Kobe, because, the game between the Clippers and the Lakers that was supposed to be on Tuesday was postponed. And I guess it's postponed until later in the season when they can both work it into their schedules. But tonight, the Lakers lost. But there was a lot of tributes to Kobe. I think it's starting to spread across the league of players, wearing his numbers. Can't wear them on the Lakers, I don't think, because, they're actually retired on the Lakers. But it was I think it's really nice that you're seeing so many outpourings of love, for the man that he was. Excuse me. And at some point, I'm going to try to go down to the Staples Center just so I can, see all the memorials before they take them down. I'm sure they're going to be there for a while, but, I want to go sooner than later, I guess. As I told you guys before, they don't know where they're going to have the memorial for him. But they have spoken about the Los Angeles Coliseum as being one place because the Staples Center just is not going to be big enough. Yeah, they it was too emotional for them. Even though I know they had to go on and do their jobs and start playing basketball again, I think it was still too soon for the team. Because some of these guys, um, most of these guys either, they played with or against Kobe, if they were on other teams at some point. He was larger than life. And let's not forget the life of his daughter as well as the other people who were on the helicopter. So it was a lot, and I think for the city, it's a lot, because literally, Kobe kind of changed the dynamics of Los Angeles Laker basketball, because he was the first legitimate franchise player they had, Yeah, exactly. They, of course, a lot of them idolize them. I mean, Kobe played for 20 years, you know, and I think that it because of the way that it's happened, it really is hitting a lot of people, you know, crazily. And I'm just going to say that because, there's people are, you know, wondering, you know, why this happened. And, like I said, it's the second time that something happened on Grammy weekend. And now we're finding out that Kobe did some music with Run DMC that's never been released because he had an affinity for Adidas, back in the day. So that'll be interesting. That was back in when he was doing his rap thing. But he's the second person tied to the entertainment. Even though we see him as a basketball player, we have to remember that Kobe was no longer a basketball player. He was a movie maker. He'd won an Oscar. So he was in the entertainment industry now. And he's the second person in the entertainment industry that died on the Grammy weekend in a tragic fashion. And the Grammys went on as usual. Yeah, I heard it today, Matt. I heard it today on, because everything's coming out. Anything that he was involved in, people are starting to talk about. So apparently he did some tracks with them that were never released. Hey, Heaven Sent. Happy Friday/Saturday/ my birthday month, because it's February if it's Saturday. So, and now with this coronavirus, y'all, it's not even that many people that would be really at risk for it here. And now I'm listening to more things about, if you do put on these if you do start wearing masks, that you literally would have to buy you a bunch of masks because they're only good for like 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, because of you breathing into them, and the moisture from your breath breaks down them, doing the job. So, hey, Miss Pamela. Yeah, so I don't know if the mask would be beneficial unless you had the money to go buy you a stock of masks. But, they're saying that I guess anybody that they think might possibly have it, at least here in the United States, they're quarantining them. Because like right now they have these people quarantined at, I think it's at March Air Force Base, I want to say, here in California. The ones that were in China. I think at the embassy, or, the U.S. workers that were there. And y'all think about this. I just thought about this. Y'all know that there's always all these ads for people to go teach English in China. Think about, and matter of fact, I think one of the members from my church, her son, teaches over there. I'm going to have to ask her on Sunday about it, how he's doing with what's going on over there in China. You've got a lot of Americans who are teachers teaching English in China. So, I don't know. David's upstairs sleeping, Miss Pamela. I have an audience tonight and every night. He's always here, y'all. Yeah, that was my guy coughing. But
you're nosy.
Shush. They thought it was David. They have love for my son, as y'all should. He's an angel when he wants to be. But y'all know, last night was not a happy time with David. But today, David is in a much better place. Thank you. We still have a ways to go with those daggone hats, though, y'all. You don't understand that the hat thing is about his safety as a man of color. He doesn't understand that that's what it's about. But whether he understands or not, it's going to be the law around here. Can't walk around here with those hats on. I did not hear that, Miss Pamela, but you know what? So I did not hear that. But you know what? We knew that somebody was going to do that. We knew someone was going to try to file a wrongful death. So they're saying, apparently, I'm going to look into that. Apparently, the assistant coaches for his Mamba Academy that was on the helicopter's husband is filing a wrongful death because she left behind 3 children. Oh, you heard that Kobe and Vanessa were separated? Ooh, I hope that's not true. That would be so ugly if this happened when they. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to think about that. I hope that's not true. I haven't heard anything like that. I hope that's not true, though. Because then this is just going to be a crazy situation. What? You saying Kobe found out that the last child wasn't his and he wanted a divorce? Wow. So the last little girl is not his, allegedly. Wow. I mean, he did cheat on her, but he didn't pop out no baby on her with nobody else. He got scared straight. Wow. And that Kobe was seeing somebody else too? I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait and see if I hear that. Because I haven't seen anything saying anything like that. Allegedly is right. Well, I mean, if that's the case, it'll come out. And that would be wow. That would shatter a whole lot of people's image of what was going on with Kobe. If that is true. I hope that's just a rumor, not true. Oh, you heard there might be a baby mama? Oh, that he got a kid with somebody else? Lord. See, this is the kind of stuff we don't even want to be thinking about. Because then it makes you question, was that an accident? And then the way that the helicopter was spewing all over the place. How would they be? I don't even know if they could put it back together to figure out if somebody had tampered with anything.
Conspire.
Hey, Rico. They cannot let people rest in peace with those kind of stuff. Talk about Vanessa was having an affair on Kobe allegedly, and allegedly the last child is not his, and allegedly he was having an affair with someone else, and allegedly they were separated, and allegedly there's a baby mama out there. Lord, that's a lot. And they haven't even buried the man yet. Yep. If all them people are suing that estate, you're very, very right. But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you, I think that Kobe was a very smart person and probably put certain things into a trust. And if their house and things are in like a trust, it's protected from lawsuits. So if they have certain things in a trust, they can't get to those things. So I'm hoping that he was smart enough to set up trust for his kids and everything, especially if he and Vanessa had that pact, for them to not have one or the other, both of them to be riding on a helicopter. I'm gonna hope that he thought ahead about stuff like that. Wow. Oh, you're talking about the little girl, the other teammate. Yes. One of the lady, Peyton, Sally. Her name was Sally. Yeah, there was a mom and daughter on there. They didn't really say that much about, they hadn't really said that much about them. Wasn't cold. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if they'd be able to go after Kobe anyway, because it was they were all on a private jet. A private helicopter, maybe, and obviously, since other people flew on that thing, that wasn't Kobe's personal helicopter like they were originally reporting. So I don't know how they're going to be able to sue him. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Because to me, like, nobody forced anyone to get on that helicopter. No one was forced on that helicopter. They could have driven. And I mean, I'm just saying it from that perspective of how it's going to get handled in the court system. I don't think they, going after Kobe for that, I don't think they have a leg to stand on in that. They can try, but I bet you Vanessa Bryant got some good attorneys. I'll just say it that way. Yeah, I don't know if they can go after him. Especially because, like, all kinds of stuff that's going on, Vanessa's making sure that the money is going to everybody else. I think she set up funds to help the coach for his kids to bury their mom, dad and sister. Vanessa already has done that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see. But I haven't heard about the lawsuit. But I'm sure I didn't really watch that much TV today because I'm just kind of Kobe'd out, if y'all know what I mean. Because in LA, that's still a top story, even though we had a fire in a high-rise this week. That's also a top story, but I'm saying the Kobe story is still a top story. That's the only other story that's made a top story. was a fire in one of the few high rises in LA that was built like in the early 60s, and they don't have sprinkler systems in them because they aren't required to by law. So right now they're trying to get them to change the city ordinance to make them put sprinklers in them so that nobody dies. Thankfully, no one died in this, but people were injured. And if it hadn't been a windy day and the wind was blowing the fire away from the building, there may have been more fatalities. And this just happened a couple of days after Kobe's death. But that's the only other news that we've seen this week in Los Angeles area. If your local news stations are in LA, it's been Kobe pretty much. Yeah. Every news hour has had something about Kobe. And I loved the person that he was, as an athlete and everything, but it can get emotionally draining to watch that, especially if you're a person that can feel that kind of stuff. So today I took a break. I took a break. Yep. I'm just looking to see what you guys are saying in the chat. I don't even know. I don't know, Rico. Yeah, I know. I think the helicopter was, I don't know what color it was, to be honest with you. Did look like it was black on the ground though. And they showed pictures of it, but I don't even remember what color it was. Because, they actually, showed it right before it crashed. They showed footage. And so I've tried to block that out of my, my memory. I don't want to, I want that, in my memory. So I don't even remember what color it is. I know. And see, that's once you saw the chopper, then you have the visual in your head of the next thing that happened. So yeah, I'm good. We've all had our visions of them, holding on to his kid, and them, everybody, screaming as they went that drop. And they're saying that if it hadn't been going as fast as it was, when it hit, that they may have survived. But he didn't see it until it was too late. They weren't required to have a black box. That's what I was saying. FAA did not require that helicopter to have it. It had been previously recommended over 7 years ago by the NTS that they have black boxes and that they have something for the terrain built in. Neither suggestion was taken. So it's, maybe now the FAA will do something. Maybe now they will. Now that 9 more people have died. Because there doesn't appear to have been any negligence. It appears to be an unfortunate accident. It's just the timing and when it happened and the circumstances, and we're all just nobody can believe that this happened. And I don't know about that story that you heard, Pamela, because the night before, they have video of Kobe at one of the malls down in Orange County with the 3-year-old. And she was, playing in, I guess, on some of the bricks or something. I don't know what it was. But, I don't think that would be going on if him and her were separated. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. If they were separated, it wasn't a legal separation. Maybe they were sleeping in separate bedrooms, but the kids would know that. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I think that it was clear in Orange County, but it wasn't clear up here that morning. It wasn't clear up here that morning. It was overcast. But I live near the beach, and so it's always overcast a lot of times in the morning. That's not unusual. And it's also not unusual for it to be overcast up in that area. So I probably, when they got to the valley, they hit that fog coming off the ocean, because it'll come off the ocean up through the Malibu canyons. So again, it's coming from the beach. I don't know. I mean, the whole situation is just very, very tragic. And if one lawsuit is really about to hit him, there's going to be more, because if one person tries it, somebody else is going to. Even though I don't think they have a leg to stand on. It's just to be to really aggravate the family. Right. I mean, I know that they were having problems a few years ago, like a while back. But I think that was due to the previous infidelity of Mr. Bryant. But publicly, you know, they were one big happy family. So we just really don't know. And, I hope none of that's true. I really do. I hope that none of that's true, because if that is true, then that's tragic, because then that would mean they didn't have a chance to work things out. I mean, the whole situation has to be a nightmare nonetheless, regardless of whatever the state of their marriage was. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is that I just don't think that they're going to be able to sue his estate, because it wasn't Kobe's plane. Kobe wasn't behind the wheel. It was a commercial private helicopter that many people went up in. So I don't even think, they may try to go after whoever the company is that owned, that owned the helicopter, but I don't think they're going to be able to go after Kobe, because he was a passenger just like everybody else. So I think that that's just shooting for stars, and it's not going to happen. It'll be considered a frivolous lawsuit. They won't even be able to get a civil lawsuit out of that, because they can't prove that he's responsible. He's not responsible. That's the truth. It isn't anybody's business. They should be able to have some privacy. I just think that the whole situation, I don't know why they keep saying that it's Kobe's helicopter. Clearly, it's not Kobe's helicopter. If a couple of months ago, Kylie Jenner went up in it with her kid and with Rain, which is Robin China's child. And then there's pictures of the pilot with people who were non-celebrities and with other celebrities who've gone up in that. It just means that it's a private helicopter. I think that was a misquote by the news media. I don't think Kobe owned a helicopter. They really will, because that's not his daggone helicopter. They can't go after him. If there's any lawsuits, his family will be joining in with the lawsuits as well. I just think it's a tragic accident. I just think that it was a tragic accident. Do I think that the timing of it was odd? Absolutely. I think that the timing of it was odd. I think that how the story came out was very, very odd, with all the misinformation that came out in regards to it initially, because people just didn't know. So it was a lot of speculation. And instead of them keeping their mouths shut, people gave misinformation. So that entails people going into the conspiracy theories. And then, with, Kobe being considered part of the elite. Again, there's the, conspiracy theories around it, that he died the day after LeBron passed him. After he had symbolically passed the torch on to LeBron on the Lakers. Of course, LeBron, as good a player as he is, will never match Kobe as in the magnitude of what Kobe has touched. And LeBron is a great player, but he's not Kobe. Because Kobe's reach, anyway, I'm not even going to go into that. We're not, it's not even about basketball anymore with Kobe. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say, pal. That's what I'm saying. Lots of people were on that helicopter. So for the ones who are trying to sue Kobe's estate over that, yeah, we're gonna see how that works out for you. We're gonna see how that works out for you, because I can guarantee you that Vanessa Bryant is not going to let anybody take any money, any food out of her 3 remaining children's mouths. He really can't, Pam. He really can't. He cannot touch Kobe. He's in awe of Kobe like so many others. Kobe made himself into the person he is. Yes, he had God-given talent, but he made himself better than the God-given talent that he had by the work ethics, by just, taking it seriously, that it was a job. It was a job that he loved and he was good at, but it was a job and he understood that. I don't really even know, Pamela, because that was definitely misinformation. But as the information went throughout the day, it was clear it became clearer, by the next day, that was clearly not his helicopter. It was a chartered helicopter. Even Magic Johnson considered Kobe a better player than himself. And I think it's just the all-around player he grew into. I know, we all do. We all do. I mean, because we watched him grow up from a boy to a man. He had really just gotten to be a full-fledged grown man, Won an Oscar at 40 for a movie about what he had done in the first part of his life. He used his basketball to launch the next phase of his life. And according to what they're saying, he had some other projects already in the can. So we'll see if they ever come out. It's just, it's going to be a minute, I think, before I would say the sports world focuses on something of it, even though Super Bowl's this weekend. Somehow, something's going to come up about Kobe. They're going to ask people. They've been asking them all week in Miami about Kobe. So, yeah. And Jordan's really broken up because he and Kobe were very, very close. Because he was Kobe's idol. He was Kobe's idol. And they, got to become friends. And then Magic was his mentor as a businessman. So, I mean, it's just, I think we're more so, I think a lot of us are more so upset about this because we not only lost Kobe in this, but we also lost the next generation, his legacy, I mean, not saying that one of his other kids won't play basketball. It's possible, but the one that was playing basketball and was probably the most like him, I mean, she looked just like him. She looked just like her father. She's gone with him. And who knows, maybe she wouldn't have been able to handle being here without him. And that's why she was taken with him. He had some stuff going on. And you just don't know. I mean, I don't want to go into I don't really want to pull in the MK Ultra programming and stuff that goes on in Hollywood, because I don't even think that it had gotten to that point with him, because he was behind the scenes. And I don't really believe that programming is utilized in the sports world, but it is in the music and other, parts of what we consider entertainment, because sports is considered entertainment. Professional athletes, when they're doing their job, they're entertaining us. Baseball players, basketball players, all of them. It's entertainment to the rest of us. But I don't believe that they use that programming, with them. It is though in other parts of the entertainment, and it is in the part that he was moving into. So, I mean, you don't know. I mean, it makes you think back to when Aaliyah was in that plane crash, another senseless death. I know. He was going to do some things, y'all. Yep. And he was putting a lot of money into the movie industry. He had his own film company. And after he got that Oscar, that really gave him, some confidence that he was going in the right direction, because he was aiming his stuff, more at the millennials, at the kids. His focus was the kids. He loved the kids. I know. That was like the plane was just packed down. And then in that situation, the pilot was questionable. But here, this helicopter pilot had a stellar record. Stellar record. So, you know, you just don't know what to think. Because they weren't over capacity. Sorry. As far as weight, you had an experienced pilot with a stellar record. The weather was clear when you left. So, you know, and he did check in with Burbank. Hey, Shantae. I wonder that too, helping the vision. I don't know. They didn't mention a co-pilot. They didn't mention a co-pilot. I don't think that there was a co-pilot. I don't think that there was a co-pilot. But you might be right, helping the vision. You just don't know. You know? You really don't know what was going. I mean, we have all kinds of thoughts in our heads as to, and they're talking about it's going to take it up to 18 months to come back with a full report in regards to the helicopter. Everything sounds very bizarre in regards to his death. Helping the vision, it does sound bizarre. But I personally don't want to see his body in a casket for it to become real for me. I've already seen the helicopter, thanks to somebody videotaping right before it crashed. So many of us now have, lots of word pictures in our heads. But yeah, the circumstances sound really, really weird. And then you've got all these other stories about all kinds of stuff that was going on with Kobe and his wife. I mean, I hope that stuff's not true. But if it was, it's none of our business. If they didn't sleep in the same bed, whatever, they weren't legally separated as far as anybody knows. So it doesn't even really matter. It wasn't even our business. And whoever's digging up that stuff, shame on them. Whoever's digging it up, shame on them. I'm like, let the man get in the ground. Really? Is that what you heard, helping the vision? I didn't hear that. Somebody jumped out before the helicopter went down. But then that would have meant that there were 10 people on there. But there was a flight manifesto. And LA County sheriffs had that manifesto. I don't know if they've shared what names were on the manifesto. On the manifest, right? The flight manifest. Why did I say manifesto? Manifest. I mean the flight manifest. It's late, y'all. Y'all know.
Right.
I mean, we don't really. I mean, we don't know. I mean, here's the things. You know, like I've said to you guys, my personal thing is when I first heard it. Number one, I was at church. Y'all know I'm a believer, and I just hoped that he knew the Most High. I don't know. He went to a Catholic church down in Orange County, and you know, those of you who are my regular day ones know that I grew up in the Roman Catholic Church, and y'all know what my feelings are about the Roman Catholic Church. So, but on that same note, you can be in the Roman Catholic Church and really know God for yourself. You can. It is possible. Oh, yeah. I mean, with the numbers, that's what I was saying. Now, see, I'm in California helping the vision, and we were hearing both numbers here. We were hearing both 5 and 9 here. And then it was finally confirmed as 9, like 4 hours after the initial reports came out by the LA County Sheriff. He could have gone to mass before he left, because, you know, Catholic churches, they have Saturday masses, and then they also have early morning masses. And usually, you know, he could have gone to the 5 o'clock mass on Saturday. See, I told you I grew up Catholic. He could have gone to the 5 o'clock mass on Saturday. Or he could have they could have had an early mass on Sunday morning that he could have gone to. Because when they have those sometimes they have masses, they're out in like 30 minutes sometimes. So it's possible, you know, but, you know, having grown up in the Catholic Church and, you know, knowing, you know, some of the stuff that's the underlying stuff, and then knowing the truth, you know, I couldn't stay in the Catholic Church. That's just me, you know, but, you know, his wife is Latina, and I know that a lot of Latinos are Catholic. So he may have become Catholic because that's what his wife was. Rick, I guess, was supposed to be. I guess originally people thought that he was going to be on that because he and Kobe were doing some business, you know, but his name was never on the manifest. So, and it was confirmed early that he was not on the helicopter. Shaq took it really, really bad. Really helped the vision? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that. 9 is an odd number, though. And they said that that particular helicopter could hold up to, I think, 18 people. That's what they said. It could hold up to 18 people. You know, so. But yeah, Rick Fox wasn't even on the manifest. I don't even know where that came from. I mean, people were speculating that Vanessa was on it, but after the fact, the People article came out and said that they had a pact that they would never travel together on a helicopter, so that they wouldn't leave their kids parentless if something happened. You know, it's morbid to think that he had that kind of forethought, you know, but could you imagine if both he and her were on there with Gianna and the other girls weren't? Well, you know, like I said, helping the vision, I don't know about, you know, as far as the athletes, how much of it is involved. But I know that because now Kobe was on the entertainment, on the movie side of Hollywood, he was in Black Hollywood really now, with him going into the movie industry, even though he wasn't, you know, doing like, you know, pictures with people in them yet. And because of his previous involvement in the music industry, I don't know when it comes to Kobe. But as far as like in basketball and baseball and football, there's not a whole bunch of the MK Ultra. But in Hollywood, yeah. Hey, 1SP. Shalom Shabbat. That's right. It's the Sabbath. So I don't know. I think that a lot of things are going to come out. There haven't been too many people, I guess, are holding back on what their theories are right now. Probably because it's a little, they're waiting to see how much comes out from the media, because you have to dissect that information to figure out what's the truth and what they want you to think. But I don't think that Kobe's not gone. I do believe that he is gone. I do believe that he was killed, you know. They probably will do a bio on Kobe. I know there's supposed to be something out right now that's on, they said it's on Hulu and on Amazon. You can rent it. That is like, has a lot of stuff about Kobe. So but I'm sure they're going to probably do something. You know, but, you know, like I said, my first inclination was to be concerned that his soul was saved. You know, that his soul was not corrupted and that his soul was saved. That everyone on that helicopter was saved. That they knew the Most High. That was my first inclination, you know? And it's still what I pray. Because that's the most important thing. You know, well, I know some things are going to happen. Whenever you see things like this, there's other things that are going on. I mean, you know, I'm sure with the death of Kobe, a lot of people haven't been thinking about the fact that, you know, we have an impeachment that is or is not happening, depending on how you look at it, because no witnesses were called. So, you know, they're done. They're going to vote next week on that. You know, nobody's been talking about that. So, you know, I'm sure there's something else that they're using this death to distract us from. Well, but helping the vision, even if he was, I believe that he had time to reconcile and make his peace with God before that helicopter crashed. You know what I mean? Everyone has that opportunity before they go. So that's the way I look at it. Yeah, they voted against having witnesses to thing, which we knew they were. We knew they were going to do that. So, you know who I keep seeing ads for is Mike Bloomberg. I mean, he is blowing up the TV with his ads. Am I the only one who keeps seeing Mike Bloomberg all over the freaking TV? I even got something in the mail from this man. I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I am nonpartisan. And he still found me. And I don't even use my physical address. I use a P.O. box. And he found me. So I got some junk mail from Mike Bloomberg. Well, Catholic itself is universal. If you're talking about the Roman Catholic Church, we can have a debate about that on another night. There are people within the Catholic Church that are saved and do know the Lord, but there is a lot of paganism within Catholicism, thanks to Constantine. And I myself personally have problems with priests that touch people that are under the age of 18. I have a problem with that. So. You got something from him too, 1SP? Wow. I know that helping the vision, but we do know that you have up until the last second of life to receive him with open arms. Yeah, a bunch of priests. They just have some misguided things. They believe, I mean, they believe that the blood, that the wine and the bread actually become Jesus' body and blood. Not that it's a representation of the said. I know because I grew up in the Catholic Church and I received most of the Catholic, sacraments, including, when I was married, I got married in the Catholic Church. I was not excommunicated from the Catholic Church. I left. I left because I could not deal with the hypocrisy. I could not deal with the priests doing stuff to children. I couldn't handle it. And it was being covered up in a church that I was a member at. And it was before everything blew up in the Los Angeles Archdiocese. But I was done. And I left. And I didn't tell my sister and brother why I was leaving. They assumed I was leaving because the person that I was married to was not Catholic. So I let them go with that one. They didn't know until years later the real reason I left when the LA Archdiocese blew up. Then they found out that was the reason that I had left years before. Now, both my siblings also left for their own reasons, but that's the reason why I left. I was done, Exactly. That's true, Matt. Only he really knows. So, it's not for us to judge. All we can do is just pray that they had the opportunity. But yes, he does. He sees what other people don't see. And you might be able to fake with other people, but you cannot fake with him. I know. Thank you, 1XP. I mentioned it in one of my other, I mentioned it earlier this week on one of my live streams that you were I'm running my playlist, and I gave you a shout out. Yeah, guys, but it's when I was younger, I was involved in the music industry to an extent, but I got to that crossroad and saw certain things and chose not to go forward because of that, and I'm not sorry that I did that because, I know when I die where I'm going. So, but you guys, I'm going to get ready to get off of here. I will be back on because, it's February and we're 4 days before my birthday because my birthday's on the 4th. And I don't go back to work until after that. So I'm going to be having me a good old time. I'm going to be doing it up. Yes, I am. I'm going to be doing it up, y'all. But until then, you guys know I I guess I'll show my face. Hey guys. Until the next time, peace and blessings from the West Side, guys. See y'all next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.